Yo guys, what is up? It's D Fantasy here, back with another video, and today we are gonna be doing another deck profile. So this time we're gonna be doing Tenyis. So let's get straight on into the video. If you guys do enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and drop in the comment section down below what you like about this deck and what other decks you would like to see profiled, and we'll try and make a video for that. So let's get straight on into the video. So, starting off, we got Tenyis, basically an archetype based on normal monsters, or having non-effect monsters, basically, to gain advantage, and having multiple, or having at least one non-effect monster on field to activate their effects. So, starting off, we got Triple Mare because this deck is by far one of the decks that can abuse the crap out of this card, tokens, I mean, links not being so, like, they're still going to be relevant in Master Rule 5, but they might see just a tad bit less play. You are obviously going to have to use them regardless, unless your deck is just like synchro spam, but regardless, you are going to have to use them at some point. So Mare and spamming tokens is nuts. So Triple Mare, you know. Next is Triple Tenyi Spirit Ashuna. So what this card is, if you control no effect monsters, you can special summon this card. That's basically all the effects of the Tenyis. And then its actual effect is, if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard, and then special summon a Tenyi monster from your deck, except itself. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except rare monsters, and you can only use each effect once per turn. So basically, this is the one you want to play max out at 3, because this could tune out any Tenyi monster from your deck, depending on the situation. You know, whether it's, you know, just depending on the situation, you know. So this is one max instant 3 of. Next is a deck that, a card that's been splashed in a lot of decks, for Wing second decks, specifically, is Tenyi Spirit Vishuddha, which is, again, you control no effect monster, you can special summon the card. And then if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard, then target one card your opponent controls and return it to hand. So basically a unicorn. Next, Tenyi Spirit Nahara. This is only a 2-of because it doesn't actually happen too often. But if you control no effect monsters, again, special summon this card. When this card declares when an attack is declared involving your face-up non-effect monster, aka Tenyi monsters, you can face-up non-effect monster and opponent's face-up monster. You can banish this card from your hand or graveyard. That opponent's monster loses 1500 attack. So basically, yeah, it's not so relevant, but, you know, it's 2-of is fine. Next, we play Tenyi Spirit Mapura. Special summon this card, no effect monsters. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a face-up non-effect monster you control, quick effect, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard and negate the activation every you destroy. So it's just targeting prevention. Again, you could play this one at 2 if you'd like. But as you can see, I'm playing Desires in the deck, so I just, you know, want to max out as much as possible. But you can cut this down to 2 as well, if you'd like. Next is Tenyi Spirit Sathana, or Shana. This is actually one of the best ones, actually. If you know, special summon if you control no effect monsters. And then if a face-up non-effect monster or monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card, target from your hand or graveyard, then target one of those destroyed monsters, special summon it, then you can destroy one monster your opponent controls. So it's recursion, and then destroys a monster your opponent controls. So it's recursion and then destruction on your opponent's turn. So it's not bad at all, actually. And this combos off really well with a card in the extra deck I'll mention later on. That's it for the Tenyi. Actually, no. Next for the hand traps, we got 2 Ash Blossoms, 2 DD Crows. I personally think DD Crow is going to be one of the best hand traps for Master Rule 5. So if you guys don't have your copies, pick them up right now. Tenyi Spirit Adhara is the last Tenyi monster, which is the tuner monster. And if this card you control, so you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard, then target one of your banished worm monsters, except for this card, add it to your hand. So again, just recursion. You use any other banished effects, and you can use this effect to cycle back the monster you need for that specific situation, you know what I mean? So that's it for the monsters. Next, we got 2 Pot of Desires, you know, playing 3 of everything, so you could even max out on this if you'd like. I just like to play 2, or even 1 maybe. 1's fine, but 2's fine, I guess. Right in the middle. Next is Triple Vessel of the Dragon Cycle. This is a Foolish Burial for the deck, and then and a Rhoda, basically. So you can send a War Monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then if you control a non-face-up, non-effect monster, you can add from your deck to your hand 1 Tenyi monster with a different name from the monster you Foolish. That's insane. It's a Foolish and a Rhoda built into 1 card. That's nuts. Next is 1 Pot of Avarice. You could play 2. I was actually thinking of playing 2, but 1's been fine. Again, you could play 2 just because of Pot of Desires, but it's fine. 1's fine, because this deck can grind for a long time, and it's actually similar to like Salamangrates, and can keep up with Salamangrates pretty decently. So Pot of Avarice is pretty good in this deck. 1 Terraforming, search out your field spell. Triple Call by the Grave, just to stop hand traps. This new card, Dragon Cycle of Celestial Illusions, which is coming out soon. Whereas tribute 1 Worm Monster, add 1 Worm Monster from your deck to your hand. Or, if you tributed a non-effect monster to activate this card, you can special summon it from your deck instead, but negate its effects during. During your main phase, if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Tenyi card from your deck to your hand. Tenyi card! So any card you need, whether it be the field spell, whether it be Vessel, whether it be the counter trap, the monster specifically, this thing is nuts. This is pretty much what this is what I think the deck really needed to be like, go past that line, you know what I mean? So 3 of those. Triple Flawless Protection of the Tenyi, which is a field spell. So all non-effect monsters on field are unaffected by monster effects, period. Once per turn, if your opponent special summons an effect monster, while you control a face step or non-effect monster, except during the damage step, obviously, you draw 2 cards. So free Pot of Greed. And this is not once per turn. Like, this is not a hard once per turn. So if you have Metaverse in here, you can even add Metaverse. You activate this. Oh, sorry. You have this on field. They special summon an effect monster. You draw 2 cards. And then you Metaverse again. Or, like, let's say they activate like a card like Shaddoll Fusion or whatever. You chain Metaverse. Activates another one. Activates another one directly from your deck. And you draw another 2 cards. That is nuts. That's basically a plus. That's like a +2 or 3. That's nuts, man. That's insane. Anyways, 3 of that. And then last but not least, Fists of the Unrivaled Tenyi, 2 copies. Just because it doesn't actually get rid of the card. It doesn't actually, like, remove the threat. It just negates it. That's about it. And then if this set card you control is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can special summon a non-effect monster from your extra deck. So, yeah, let's go with these guys. That's it for the main deck, 42 cards. Next, extra deck, Triple Monk of the Tenyi, basic Link 1. Link 2, Land for Linkus, just arrows. Shaman of the Tenyi. You can discard a card and target 1 more monster to your graveyard special summon. Also for the rest of the turn, you can activate effect monsters. Effects of monsters special summon from the exit. When an attack is declared involving your face-up non-effect monster, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use each effect of 10 once per turn. Next is Topologic Trisbania. This is just, you can spam out the board easy, so you can easily get rid of back row decks. Next is Draco Masters of the Tenyi. You could actually play 2 of this. I was going to play 2 of this. I'm actually going to play 2 of this, sorry, in my deck list. But now it's just at 1. Because I actually forgot to put it in. But it should be at 2. So 2 of these, 2 of Draco Masters. 2 Berserker of the Tenyis. Oh, Draco Master of the Tenyi. This is a good OTK card because this pops cards on the field up to the number of non-effect monsters you control. Sorry, non-effect monsters you control or in your graveyard, or in your graveyard. Sorry. So it's a good board wipe. Berserker of the Tenyi, Link 3. The Link 4 is actually nuts, man. This card is really good as well. So while you control a face-up non-effect monster, monsters your opponent controls cannot target effect monsters for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target effect monsters on the field with card effects. Quick effect, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, special summon 1 Tenyi Spirit token. The token's attack becomes the target monster's original attack. So basically, you're going to have to crash. You make a token similar to the opponent's monster, which is insane. and it protects all your effect monsters. So Vanity's Emptiness, I mean sorry, Vanity's Fiend is pretty good in this deck. And last but not least, 2 Draco Berserkers of the Tenyis. So when your opponent just activates a monster effect, you can just banish it. If this card destroys an effect monster by balance sends it to graveyard, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster, and it can make a second attack. So this is a good OTK card and form mitigation. Yeah guys, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know what other decks you guys want to see. Also, I just wanted to mention, just a brief moment, is another tech card I wanted to try in is actually burial from different dimension, because sometimes you get into such a long game that with this deck that you start banishing a lot of cards. You can recur it, but just to be more conservative of your cards, you know what I mean, more reserved with your cards, and not you always make sure that you have enough like ammo. This card can help you by putting it back into the graveyard, you know. But that's it guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the profile and the deck itself. And yeah guys, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out guys.